Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. In the last part, I don't quite remember what we did, so I'm just going to take a wild guess. I think we explored the monastery in preparation for this month's mission, where we meet up with our reinforcements. Ugh, and I really wish they didn't have the name of the mission at the top, because that spoils things.
Having received the Kingdom Army's plea for aid, Rodriugue has agreed to provide soldiers. In order to meet up with their reinforcements, the Kingdom Army sets out for Ailel, the Valley of Torment.
Although, then again, when you keep in mind that this is a video game, that kind of keeps the plot spoiled too, because things can't just go right. There needs to be a reason for a fight to happen. So, yeah.
This valley isn't a place I'd care to return to.
After the chilliness of Fargus, I can't seem to adjust to this extreme heat.
Historically, there have been battles whose outcomes were determined in part by the climate. You can't argue that this heat isn't a factor.
In conditions like these, who knows what will become of our morale.
Professor, be honest. How are you holding up?
I never imagined it would be like this.
Monks once used this area as an ascetic training ground because of the intense environment. They say Ailel was born of the goddess's rage.
Her rage? I've never heard that before.
If you believe the legends, this valley is evidence of the goddess's judgment, passed on humanity for its corruption. The forest that once covered the surrounding area was burnt to ash by a pillar of light that descended from the heavens. That legend fueled belief in a place of torment between our world and the next, where one's sins are purified in the cleansing flames.
Nonsense. Sins are not so easily washed away.
Indeed, and there are no accounts of such a place in Scripture. Yet those who cannot face their own sins have no choice but to cling to the idea. ...
Don't forget your lines!
I just don't think I can take this heat anymore. I think I'm starting to see things. Near those mountains over there. Is it just me? Or is there a group of people gathered there?
No. It would seem you are not hallucinating after all. Are those Rodriugue soldiers? No. But their banner is that of... No! It can't be.
That is House Rowe's banner. They curried favor with that witch and sold out Fargus.
We messed up. There must have been a spy among us. Will you have us meet them in battle, or wait for Rodriugue to arrive?
There is only one option. How kind of them to save us the trouble of killing them later.
Aren't they your former allies? But they did sell the
I will
kingdom.
not repeat myself. That banner belongs to the Grey Lion. It's a waste of breath to exchange words with one such as him.
His Highness is correct. He is not an opponent whom we can expect to negotiate with. Everyone, prepare for the attack!
Ugh, I don't want to prepare for the attack. I just want to go home. It's so hot here. Well, actually, the characters said, "Oh, the environment will play a role in the battle." But that's not really true, as you should already know. Well, I mean, there's a little bit that if you stand on the right spots, you take damage at the end of the turn. But this map should look very familiar. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a very green game because it constantly recycles all of its maps. This was the one they used for Ingrid and Dorothea's paralogue, so we've already been here. I don't know why everyone is so surprised by this place or why they're treating it like something new, because we have already been here. Anyway, we're gonna have to kill that guy, and we win the map. Let's see, and then that sniper there, this guy, if you don't have... Oh, sorry, he's just an archer. Anyway, if you didn't recruit Ash, or actually I think even if you did recruit Ash in part 1, that will be him. And if you recruited him in part 1 and you defeat him here, then he can rejoin you. But If you didn't recruit him in part 1 and you defeat him here, he dies. So yeah, it can be a bit problematic. But Ash is the first of the, outside of the Blue Lions, he's the first unit outside of your class that you should run into. And then, of course, the exception for Blue Lions is that you'll probably run into someone else a little bit later first, since Ash can't possibly be put there. I wonder if there's... No, there'd be no way for Ash to end up there, even if they had put in that route split like they had planned. Alright. But anyway, preparations are probably almost done anyway, but I'll go ahead and... Oh, wait, I'm pretty much done with them. So, yeah, we are good to go. Oh my, look at that playtime. And it carries over, so in my other New Game Plus file, it's even farther ahead.
The Valley of Torment. Perhaps a good place to finish off my life as a knight. Only if that puny force of children is able to kill me, of course.
That man who raises the Lion's flag? Lord Gwendol. He is an elder knight who serves House Rowe. Gwendol would, without thought, fight any battle if ordered. There is no chance of negotiating with him. Ailel is a deadly place. Flames burst from the ground with no warning. Sane people usually avoid it.
So the flames of torment burn your sins, your life, your everything. If you wish to spare yourself the goddess's wrath, tread lightly.
Alrighty then.
Thank you.
Good job, Annette. Yeah, and then I haven't gotten around to starting up a new game utilizing Annette and all that fun
What's
stuff.
strategy?
Or utilizing those new gameplay styles that I've always been wanting to do. Aw, yeah.
I'll comply.
Sunshine.
Dimitri's not able to get close enough. I wonder why I kept him so... I wonder why I kept him in this main lord, or his new lord class for so long. I'm not a big fan of the Dimitri's. Granted, he doesn't have it as bad as Edelgard. Once he masters this class, he'll learn an ability called Pomp and Circumstance. Pomp and Circumstance, I think. The name of that one song they play at graduations. And with that skill, it gives him 4 extra luck and charm.
Ready when you
So
are.
that's handy, but that is pretty handy. But I don't know if he'll need it that much. At the very least, it'll be more useful for him than Seal Movement.
It is done. Onward.
Die, you Ash replacement. It's weird that they don't have Ash rejoin with the reunion like most other units, because Ash does seem like the type who would, and
Why not?
but he does mention his motivations here are related to his adopted Dadu, Lord Lenato. Oh yeah, and I turned what's her name? Manuela. I turned her into a bishop for now instead of the trickster she was before. And that was because I wanted to double her warp uses. And she didn't qualify for bishop before, but she passed the exam before the end of the month. So that's good. And she kind of looked weird as a trickster anyway. And now she can warp twice. I can be more frivolous with it. Although, honestly, I probably shouldn't have used it right there. Oh no, those guys, they're moving.
I'll destroy you!
Good job, Dimitri. Oh no, he's not at full health anymore. What am I gonna do? It's so weird that Happy gets Seraphim, because it's effective against monsters, but her ability makes everything she does effective against monsters. I just don't get it. Yeah, I guess it's not that important. What is important is that I'm gonna punch this horse. Why is it lagging? I don't know why it was lagging.
All talk and no
But I actually haven't gotten back to the, playing through the, Three Houses again, mostly because I've been, playing Stardew Valley instead. I've been really enjoying it. Alright, Constance, let's see.
I've got you figured out. My duty is your death.
Well, Scythe does have an increased crit rate, so I guess I can't, comment on it on Ingrid critting so often. Ooh, yay, the Bolt Axe. Yeah, if you're playing the game without any DLC or anything like that, or not on New Game Plus, then this Bolt Axe is the first one you will get. So if you're trying a magical-oriented build with someone who can swing axes around, this would be when they can start doing that. Unless you got your Professor rank to about B+, then you can just forge them.
Good one.
Although, to forge them, you need to use arcane thingamadoodads, and those can't be purchased until a little bit later after this. So, it's a bit tricky. Why are you so weak, Boyleth? Alright, you know what? We are going to keep you equipped with Nosferatu for the extra avoid. And we're going to heal up Yuri Birdie. And let's dance for Ingrid. Because why not? I'm kind of really stuck here until the enemy makes another movement, but I can at least get Ingrid close enough to assist Boyleth in fighting these guys off.
Let's think carefully.
Yeah, gambits are always tricky. I don't think it's possible to reduce their hit rate to 0. I've never seen a gambit's hit rate get that low. So, I think no matter how much charm you have, there is always that slight chance that you will get hit by an enemy gambit.
That's your best.
Oh, right, that reminds me. About bows, so when an archer or a sniper or a bow knight uses a bow beyond 2 range, the hit rate for it will go down, the farther the range.
Here we go. Attack them from both sides.
Yeah, those would be ambush spawns on Maddening, so be wary of that. They're too far away to really be too much of a threat, so I wouldn't worry about them too much. Okay. I hope this hits. Oh no, you missed! How could you, Dimitri? Fine then, we'll just back up. Meh. Would have been perfect if it had hit though.
There's no stopping me.
Alright, well, let's try killing this guy. Manuel is definitely doing better as a bishop, since I've been focusing on her magic so much. Since I've been focusing on her magic so much, and Bishop has a higher magic cap.
All is going to plan.
Or, well, not magic cap, but magic base.
The results speak for themselves.
Yes, they do, Caspar. You might be helpful in a future map later.
I'm your girl.
Yeah, and I'm really loving the adjutant thing a lot more than I recalled, because before with adjutants, I just thought of it as a way to keep levels inflated for secondary characters, without really absorbing just how useful that is. Because on Maddening, I recently did a chapter that has a higher deployment slot than I'm used to, and I was able to deploy an extra unit that I've just been using as an adjutant the whole time. And she was able to do pretty well in that map. Better than I expected, but it was Maddening, so she wasn't able to do much more than fly around and assist people. But that's more than enough, I suppose.
See you in the eternal flames. The consequence of the blood I've spilled.
That doesn't really look like a consequence, Mr. Dimitri. Oh, I just noticed. I think I've got Happy in a different class now. I think she was a Valkyrie before, and now she's a Gremory. Since Happy learns Warp 2, I figured it'd be more useful for her to be a Gremory than to be a Valkyrie. Although I am still really sad that Valkyrie is girl exclusive, because it does not need to be. Seriously, aside from the name, there is nothing about that class that indicates that only women can do it. Like, the outfit isn't particularly feminine, as with Gremory here. They're not on a Pegasus, like with Darkflyer, Pegasus Knight, or anything like that. And then, let's see, she's got 31 HP and 9 defense. Ooh, that's effectively 40 durability. They do 43 damage in one hit, so these Fortress Knights would one-shot a net. Not good. Annette, why are you so frail? I think that's part of the reason why she works better as a Wyvern Rider / Lord. Those classes are significantly more durable, so she'll be able to take more hits that way, and then it also expands her options a bit, since they'll boost her strength stat a bit. Whereas as a Dark Flyer, she's entirely reliant on magic. Let's see. She's got 10 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we can hit this snipper and then back up.
I can do no less.
Again with the critical hits. I think Ingrid has something in her panties that's making her angry. Alright, well, let's just put Happy here to help, so she can be in range. You know, start moving to the top right corner. Because,
The roar of battle.
Because if you aren't aiming to clear this chapter as quickly as possible by probably warping directly to Ro and taking him out with, well, this Axe of Urvoska would do a very good job against him, then I highly, 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 highly recommend... Oh, bye. He's taking a lot of damage, but he's below half health, so his ability's kicking in. Anyway. But if you aren't gonna rush Ro and take him out as quickly as possible, heading to the top right corner is your best bet.
Relax. You're dead.
We'll see why in a little bit, but, suffice to say, very good idea.
You ready? It had to be done. Noted.
Well,
Never end up on our bad side.
the other oddity about them treating this map as if it's something completely new is that you can even come here for auxiliary battles occasionally. Let's see. Who should we bolting now? I'm thinking this archer.
I assume a stray arrow finished it.
There we go. So one interesting thing to keep in mind if you're you're interested in trying Dark Flyer yourself is that Dark Flyer is a purely speed-oriented class. Oh boy, anyway, it's a speed-oriented class, so so when you change into it, your speed base goes up, and then the character's speed-related growths are also heightened.
Just a scratch.
Let's see.
Wonder there's a bounty on my head.
So it's not a very good class for characters who need more magic from their promotion gains / class they promote into. So it's good for characters with a high innate magic like Constance and I think Lysithea. Although Lysithea doesn't have much to gain from Dark Flyer either. It doesn't boost her magic type. let's dance for... Yeah, let's dance for all three of them. Oh, wait, no. No, let's just do Dimitri. Because why not? But, so yeah, if you go with Dark Flyer, expect your mage to be very speedy, but their magic stat will suffer as a result. Well, not really suffer, but it'll be a lot lower. And I just realized, I only have mages on the left side. Maybe I should move Ingrid to... Oh shit, what are you doing, Ro? Yeah, he looked scary at first glance on Maddening, but he's really not too bad. Just have someone with that axe walk up to him, boop him on the head, and then he's dead. Or any other armor-slaying weapon. His magic resistance is low, but I think he has that one enemy-exclusive skill that boosts his avoid when he's attacked from 2 range or farther away. So that can make him tricky to defeat with magic and capitalize on his low resistance, but it is an option. Alright, and I don't think Ingrid can take all those hits by herself. But we can at least soften people up. Way to go, Ingrid. And let's back Happy up a bit. So that way she's not taking constant fire damage from the lava plate.
Appreciate it.
You know, it's rather odd. I just realized there's always a lava map in Fire Emblem. Like, I don't get why, but they always have something in lava. Dimitri, why am I having you back up? What's going on here? Yeah, let's... well, I guess we're gonna swap places with Manuela. And then dance for Boyleth. And I guess keep moving forward. I'm so schizophrenic on what I want to do.
Leave it to me.
So let's see here. Ho-ho! And Rose going back this way. Oh, thank goodness she didn't get hit by that. That would have been really bad. Like the worst. Ah, yeah.
Imagine being defeated by me.
Constance got a buff. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be useful for her. I only have her...
has planted spies even inside Garreg Mach. The shield of Fargus has appeared. We can expect more out of him than the young ones.
Oh, thank you for that. But yeah, that's why you want to go to the top right corner. The person you're meeting for reinforcements will eventually show up, and you lose if he or she, in the case of the Golden Deer or the Golden Deer or Silver Snow route for the Beagles. Yeah, they meet up with the lady here, but if that person dies, then you lose. And Rodriugue and the other lady are both really underwhelming. So yeah, not exactly a good thing. Anyway, what are my options here? Well, let's see. Alright, so I need to put Dimitri into a spot where he can be, where Yuri can dance for him and he can be warped by Manuela. And then Dimitri should be able to take out Count Ro. Or clear the way for... Wait, don't warp him yet. He hasn't. He's not refreshed. We need to refresh him first. Yeah. Well, actually, it didn't really matter where I refresh him from. Anyway, let's equip a regular iron sword just in case Yuri gets attacked, because that Levin sword is nearly broken. All right, and then we're gonna warp him. All right. Hopefully that's far enough.
Won that bet.
No, it was not. Okay, then. Oh, new plan. We'll just, stay out of his range. And have, I guess, Dimitri pull him. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with all these, though. Does Happy have a good offensive gambit on her? Let's see. Group Flames. That can lock down at least 4 of them.
I came out on top this time.
Alright, and then Ingrid and Annette should be able to handle the other 2. Okay, we got this. We got this. And we can have Ingrid get closer so that way she can assist with Ro. Aw, yeah, we got this. Because I really want to open that chest. I don't want to know what's in it, but I want to open it anyway.
Can't afford to lose. You want to take it from here?
Sure, I will handle all the enemies. But yeah, you get reinforced green units as reinforcements on this map, and they're more of a liability than anything else. So, yeah, meet up with them as soon as possible so you can protect their scrawny ass and they can't give you a game over. Alright. Let's see. And we do want to stay semi-close to Ro, so we'll keep Dimitri here.
I aim for greatness.
And he went back this way. Okay, then. Ow.
All this violence, and for what?
Without power, who...
Oh, right. Rodrigue's a holy knight. I wonder if he'd have the, I wonder if he'd have Felix's relic shield thingy if I hadn't done Felix's paralogue. Thoughts for later. For now, oh, it was just a silver shield. I don't really care. Those are shields are probably more handy than I give them credit for, but I almost never use them. Alright, so Annette can definitely take Rodrigue out, no problem. I think on hard mode he doesn't have whatever that ability is that lets him dodge, or Annette increases his avoidance at 2 range, but I don't think it really matters. Okay. And let's go ahead and take this guy out too, because why not?
Eventually, I too will fall.
Now, please don't flatter yourself, Dimitri. Ward with Manuela so she can get in some extra training.
Thanks.
Yeah. I find it's always best to earn as much experience as possible, but before you do go around having people do things like heal and other stuff, make sure you're able to complete the objectives.
Does a whelp like you really expect to kill me? I am Gwendol, the Grey Lion, a knight by the hand of Count Ro. Do your worst. So I have found a place to die. Young ones, I thank you.
Alright, well that was easy.
It is the way of knights to follow their master's orders without argument. Lord Gwendol was a good man.
Now he is just a corpse, nothing more. Let's go. Rodrigue is waiting for us.
Yay! Stage complete! And Ingrid was the MVP, like any other outcome was possible.
It's been too long, Your Highness. But try to temper your joy, will you? This is a war, after all.
To say such a thing at a time like this. You have not changed one bit.
Don't let looks deceive you. I've had a rough go of it ever since I crossed blades with those traitors in Ferdiad. When I heard you'd been executed, I rushed there as fast as I could, blind with fury. When I got there, I was fed some garbage about not being able to see your body. The next thing I knew, I was gripping my blade and... Gilbert, you have done well to locate His Highness. I am truly grateful. And you, I have you to thank as well.
As this professor, it was my duty, but we're all fortunate.
We are in your debt. I will repay you for this someday, I swear it. And you, Felix, you have also done well to bring His Highness here.
Tell us all you know, Rodrigue.
I'm afraid there's not much to tell. You are aware that the western region of the kingdom was taken by the Empire, correct?
Yes, so I have heard. They are now calling it the Fargus Dukedom, or some nonsense.
If you know that much, then the rest won't take long. Enemy or not, it's undeniable that Cornelia's plan was nothing short of genius. After seizing power, she invited the Imperial Army to Ferdiad. There she reorganized her troops and then sent soldiers to hunt me down. Because of that, we were forced to act defensively, and now we're being forced into a difficult battle. She's been controlling the situation all along.
So that's been the witch's plan from the start. I should have killed her ages ago.
Your Highness, Ferdiad is in a terrible state right now. The tyranny is unbearable, and so the rebellions are endless. Refugees starve to death in the streets. If I may speak freely, Your Highness, we should change course for Ferdiad and take down those traitors before we embark to Enbar.
There's no time for that. We must annihilate Enbar before all else.
Think this through. I understand wanting to destroy the Empire and the Emperor. I want that so much it hurts. But which is more important, the dead or the living?
Silence!
No, Dmitri. You will hear me out.
Are you asking me? Asking the dead to forgive that woman?
No, I would not ask that of you. What I am asking is that you allow us to prioritize the kingdom capital over the imperial capital for now. As Lambert's close and trusted friend, I am confident that he would have advised the same.
Do not dare to put words in the mouths of the dead. They are your words alone, even if you borrow their lips. Until I offer up that woman's head, Father will remain a slave to his lingering regret and hatred. Even now, he suffers. It is ceaseless. As we waste time with idle chatter, his suffering continues.
You are my king. Our king. Wherever you lead, we will follow. But Your Highness, there are those who take up their sword in the name of revenge and yet along the way, lose the strength and composure to follow through. You would do well to bear that in mind. ... I nearly forgot. Take this, Your Highness. The time has come for it to be wielded by its true master.
Eretvar, the hero's relic once wielded by my father.
The very same. I managed to steal it back from one of Cornelia's underlings in Ferdiad.
Understated as ever, Father. It must have been a true struggle to get it back.
I am grateful, my friend.
Gilbert, Professor, may I request something of you? I wish to fight at your side.
Senile already, old man? Who will protect our territory?
I expected it would come to this, so I left those matters to my younger brother. He has my complete faith. I must keep my promise to our fallen king, to my dear friend.
What promise?
A very old one. I swore it nearly 10 years ago. Now then, Your Highness, let's destroy the Empire together. My men and I will spare no effort. I pray that you are right, and that this will save the kingdom.
Alright, so Dimitri got that spear that I thought he was going to get earlier, but he didn't. Oh.
Our orders are to capture Enbar by striking the enemy's stronghold directly. How familiar are you with the geography of Fodlan?
I'm not very familiar. The geopolitical map is
Then you
helpful,
must be
though.
aware that the kingdom and the Empire are separated by the impassable Ogma Mountains, right? Legend has it that Saint Seros once crossed over those mountains to fight against the Fell King Nemesis. But don't fool yourself. Leading a large army over such steep mountains would be near impossible.
In order to infiltrate the Empire, we have no choice but to go around the mountains, either to the east or to the west.
Alright, well, let's go east.
Yes, I agree. The Alliance is currently split in two. Those who stand with the Empire and those who are against it. Leading the Imperial faction is House Gloucester, while House Regan leads those who oppose. We should take advantage of their internal conflict and proceed east along the mountains until we reach the Great Bridge of Myrddin in Alliance territory.
Why there?
The Aramid River divides Alliance and Empire territory. There are many large bridges that cross it. However, the Great Bridge of Myrddin is by far the largest, and it is also closest to the monastery. I believe you crossed that bridge 5 years ago on your journey to the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
Alright, it's risky. What if the Empire
It's
any
a
alliance?
possibility, but it's still more practical than passing through the west.
Perhaps our next move should be to contact House Regan and request their cooperation.
Alright, do you think they'll help us?
Claude of House Regan is the leader of the Alliance and is firmly against the Empire. They are the enemy of our enemy. In other words, hopefully, a friend.
Are you suggesting that we ask House Regan to engage the Gloucester soldiers?
I am. If we take the bridge, then House Gloucester will no longer be able to receive support from the Empire. There's no way a man as wise as Claude would refuse our request.
And once we manage to capture the Great Bridge and gain a foothold into the Empire,
Then we cross Gronder Field and head south toward Enbar.
But if we get attacked from both sides, we'll have to fight people from the Alliance, won't we?
Speaking of House Gloucester, I wonder how Lawrence is holding up.
If we meet him again, it will probably be as enemies. To be honest, I'd rather avoid seeing him altogether.
If you do not wish to kill familiar faces, do not tarry over the corpses of the dead.
Good advice.
Prepare yourselves. It is time to steal your souls for the task at hand.
Alright, I'll call that here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.